Hey guys, welcome back to Conversations. I'm your host Ryan, and we got our buddy David YUNGIN back in the pod today. What's up, YUNGIN?
Yo, what's up? Thanks for having me
We gotta
again.
have some background music, like background.
You gotta get a Stream Deck.
We got a Stream Deck right there, but we'll figure it out. We actually have a Stream Deck, so we'll add it
You
in.
start with the cheap and then you upgrade.
Yeah,
as
the
you
free,
go.
and then yeah,
All right.
the ones with
Put it
the
up next time.
dope,
You'll see it.
dope. Dude, welcome back.
It's good to be back.
You've been busy, man. When did you get back?
Saturday.
Just really this Saturday?
Yeah.
So how long were you out in Korea for?
Exactly a month.
How was it, man? Like you had your album release.
That was
Right?
that was crazy. We had it at Banyan Tree.
Mm-hmm.
It's like basically the biggest pool party in Seoul.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like the last weekend. They
It's at night
opened
though,
it.
right? It's kind of a night party.
Yeah, it's a night
A lot
party.
of pale people walking around.
But it was hot. It was hot as hell.
Mhm.
So
That
a
felt
lot of
good.
people were in the pool. I didn't get in the pool.
for sure. Did your wife went with you, right? She was with
Mhm.
you on the trip.
Yeah.
How was that? How did she?
She
looked
was
like
actually
had some
gonna
fun.
come today, but she was feeling sick.
Oh man, I wish
Yeah.
she would have came because I would have been awesome.
But we should do this again with my wife.
We
and-
most definitely will. Any highlights? Anything that you want to like? Kind of like things that were like
I-
different from the last time you were there, or
Yeah, I mean the pressure of releasing an album was alleviated.
Mhm.
Man, I went to Korea with like 3 or 4 things on my schedule, and then just like every time, like it just filled up as
Mhm.
soon as I got there.
Mhm.
And then I DJ'd a bunch, and I feel like this trip I solidified and like I grew very confident in that. So I'm like, okay, now I feel like I can DJ wherever.
like spinning, like
Mhm.
mixing, and like
Mm-hmm.
hip hop,
Hip hop, mostly hip hop.
mostly hip hop.
Yeah, but I like spinning EDM.
Mm.
I just don't get to do it that much.
Do you like EDM music?
I love EDM.
You love EDM, huh?
Mhm.
So were you big on the raves when they were kind of popping in LA
No.
that time? You didn't go in it?
Mm-mm.
You're just working then.
I'm a late bloomer.
You're a late bloomer.
Yeah, late bloomer. But EDM is like if EDM is more it's more collaborative these days, and like it's just musician artist friendly because everyone helps each other. That
Mhm.
community, the EDM community, is way better than the hip hop community.
Really.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why do you think that is?
I mean,
The drugs are different, yeah.
that's one thing, but I feel like people listen to the EDM. That people that listen to EDM have just a different relationship with music, and EDM just is a different energy, especially like house and melodic house and all. It's very, very happy.
Mhm.
So everyone that you meet to listen to this music is is on the same boat.
Yeah.
You know.
Would you say the EDM scene in Korea has blown up like as big as it is in America? I mean, like, really, what do they do?
I feel like people might listen to more EDM than hip hop in
In Korea.
Korea, but it's like it's the type of EDM that I don't really like. It's that
Is it EDM, Korean EDM DJs and artists out there like
there are
they're doing it and like
There
doing
are.
it big, but
Yeah.
they're not good? Or
no there's some really good ones. I know a couple of good ones, like dope ass ones.
what would you label it? Grade like a dope EDM? Because it isn't. I mean, I don't want to disrespect any EDM DJs out there, but can't you with that kind of stuff like preset stuff and have it like a 1 minute song in the middle of the thing that's already preset? It's kind of cheating, isn't it? Like,
No, because I feel like producing EDM is way harder
oh,
than producing hip hop, because everyone kind of does similar, like EDM, especially like popular EDM, is from like 120 BPM to like 132 BPM. So you only have like a range of 10 beats per minute to play around with. With hip hop, it goes from like you have songs at 80 all the way up to like 150. So there's a lot of different styles. There's more styles and things that you can do to experiment. Of course, there's subgenres of EDM, but a lot of it is within those 10 BPM. And I find it more challenging to utilize like simple sounds and make it sound good. You know what I mean? EDM just has bounce that sometimes hip hop doesn't. Hip hop is like A lot of times, the stuff right now is very chill. Even the stuff that's turn up is not really turn up. It's not making you move. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not a dance.
Yeah.
It's not the dance era or whatever of hip hop. Yeah.
And I feel like EDM has that where it's like you have a good song and then immediately makes you want to get up or makes you want to dance.
That is true. That is true.
And that's like, to me, the type of music I long for these days is like things that makes me happy. You know, I don't want to be sad. I don't want to have to visualize people's lives. I'm kind of past that era of my life. I just want to listen to music and feel good.
Good from it. Yeah.
And like R&B right now is doing that for me. And then
old R&B or new R&B?
New R&B.
Is there new R&B right now?
Yeah, a lot of new R&B is kind of like taking samples of old R&B though.
So that's what I'm saying. Is it? Then would you say that it's like, man, how come they can't just create new R&B? What's the issue?
Think about the R&B that we were listening to. They were copying from the generation
That
before.
is true. I guess you're right. But I mean, why can't? How come it's changed so much? Why can't it just be the same? I'll make love to you. That kind of stuff where it's like simple lyrics. You know what I mean? That I want to do stuff, or I want to show you my love, and there's maybe. I feel like there's a what do you call it, a demographic for that, right? That still wants that. But even for me, I can't even think of an R&B song that recently came out off the top of my head that I can like really say that that's an R&B song, because like it just, I feel like that genre has kind of died.
Yeah, I agree.
But maybe it's coming back because the young kids are kind of like bringing back the old school styles and things like that.
The young kids are simps again, and not trying to be all tough like us.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel the generation, but
I do definitely see that. The ones that are gangsters. Have you seen like the Hispanic gangsters with like the Edgar haircut and stuff?
Yeah,
that's like their haircut. That's the gangster style. It's crazy.
Have you seen like gangsters from Long Beach? They all wear skinny jeans or maybe 5 years ago or whatever, but they all skate.
Yeah.
They wear skinny jeans.
Well, I mean, because it's their parents probably have a better life, gave them a better life, and they still want everybody's trying to do the 90s thing, but I'm sure there are pretty hardcore gangs out there. I'm not trying to disrespect any sets out there.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that on the show.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask you about the hip hop scene in Korea and the EDM scene. Like even EDM, what's the point? Like, there's no drugs, or is there drugs? Like,
I think
is there
or it's just not as accessible. You know what I mean? They might be doing different drugs. I mean,
like what? Whippets and stuff? Like,
nah, I don't know.
So you've never first-handedly seen anyone just like, and you not to dime anyone up, but just like.
I've definitely gone to festivals and I haven't seen anyone in the act, but it's like, they're on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like. And there's a lot of foreigners that come to Korea, like let's say like from China too. Yeah. Because doing drugs in Korea is easier than doing drugs in China. Even though doing drugs in Korea versus doing drugs in America is like virtually impossible. To them, it's the same kind of contrast. So I don't have a lot of experience or been around people that are, on it, but like occasionally I'll be like, and when you see the party culture and the type of music like they party to, you're like, yeah, you can't be sober to this.
Yeah, see, that's what I know. I see them.
Yeah.
And I see videos and stuff, and I'm like, I mean, EDM is good, and the festivals are great, but it's always great to be on something on those things, because either alcohol or whatever, weed or something, right? So when I think about it, it's so hard for them, and I'm like, damn. What are they? Are they just high on life, or like, what are they high on?
I don't think.
Is it fun? Like,
they're high on free time.
Higher on free time? Maybe.
Because if you think about it, like they have so much pressure, during their week, and then when they party hard because this is the ultimate form of freedom, right? And they don't get a lot of free time. And This trip, I actually went out to like techno clubs, and that was the first time I ever went out to like techno clubs. And it was like, I'm not a huge techno fan, but I understood it a little bit better after going out one night.
Like that kind of stuff. Isn't that techno? Oh, like that's techno.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
bass driven or
Yeah. It's
drum and bass. Is that techno?
No. Drum and bass is like more UK garage. It's like 150 BPM. Techno is like 135, 140. It's faster, but it's like European shit.
Okay.
Like German shit. Germany listens, Germany and all the Eastern European countries, they love techno. Amsterdam listens to a lot of techno, but I started like now I'm at a point in my life where I can listen to any genre of good, like any good music.
Same, yeah.
In any genre and be like, oh yeah, this is dope. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, I'm a hip hop guy.
Yeah.
No, there's no point because then we're just blocking ourselves from experiencing good things.
I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I'm the guy when I hear that song and it's kind of popular. I'm like, ooh, I'm just like an old boomer. I'm like, no, I don't. I refuse. And then I always end up giving in.
I'll listen to anything.
That's good about you, man. Like, one good thing about the festivals in Korea now, I bet, is that there's like the girls that come out, they're dressing a little skimpier or whatever, you know, and then the guys can be shy in the corner or whatever they do in Korea.
It's wild. It's wild. Like I keep my face forward and I don't look at.
Is that why Connie's like, hey, I'm gonna come with you, motherfucker?
No, Connie trusts me because
she's not a jealous
dude. There was a time where I went to Korea. The one time I went to Korea without Connie, and I was at a festival with my friend, and she knew someone at the festival. And they basically was like, yo, Youngin, like, he literally didn't look at one girl. And it was a summer festival. And then she was like, oh, okay. Like,
what's up?
She never worries about me, but I'm a very, very, very focused person in general.
Do girls come up to you, though? Like, I mean, like, when they do, like...
Nah, not really, because I show zero interest. I don't make eye contact. Like,
that's the
a lot of times I'll be hanging out with Connie, and she'll be like, "Did you see that girl?" I'll be like, "I really was not paying attention to anything."
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I was thinking about basketball scores or baseball. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's how simple men are. You know what I mean? Like, we actually, or we're like looking at that door, like that door is uneven.
Or I'm looking at like lights or something. Damn, I wonder how that light works. Like, I'm more of that. Like, I have more interest in machines and like engineering than people. You know,
I really was curious about how, like, you as a producer, you're going out. I'm sure you're gonna be going like hang out with, like, you have to go with an artist or do something, schmooze, as they say, and like how that like works out with your marriage. You know what I mean?
Most of the time, if she's not there, I don't go. I never go out by myself. Yeah, because I'd rather just not.
Same. I mean, for me, it's a little different. Pandemic just kind of put me in a cave, and then all my friends got older and had kids. So now I'm just like, I'll stay home. She tells me she'll like go out, and I'm like, nah, I don't know. But if she's going out, then I'm usually hanging out with her. But it seems pretty lame. But I mean, it's kind of comfortable. It's nice.
Yeah, it is comfortable.
Yeah, it's nice. But it does feel weird. Like, I just went to. I was gonna say Belasco. I just went to Intercrew the other day, and first time I went to like Blue by myself, no plans, didn't know who was gonna be there, and then I showed up and there was a bunch of Hyungs there, and I think they all did that too because these are all Hyungs that don't hang out with each other, but they're all hanging out with each other.
Just went out to the only place that they knew.
I knew that somebody would be there, yeah. And then we ended up talking, drinking. I drank a little bit. I got a little good buzz going, and then I walked over to Intercrew. And then there I was like, I don't know. I knew people. I saw people, hey, what's up? But I felt so disconnected. And I was like, I want to go home. What's going on with my dog? You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's a certain thing. So yeah, that's cool that you get to bring your wife along with you and
it's at the end of the day, there's not a lot of people there's no one I'd rather hang out with. Any time spent apart from Connie is like, okay, I want to go back home.
What kind of person is Connie like? You're driving. You're just driving, right? You're with her, and you're not. Ba-doom, you hit something. Shoot! What the hell was that? You go down. You guys look outside, and So it's an old man jogging or something, right?
Damn.
You guys are in a.
Are they dead?
They're dead. They're dead. Okay.
Oh,
They had a
shit.
quick release or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And so now you're like, this is like pretty empty. Let's say you're in Wyoming,
Yeah.
right? It's in the area where it's like.
Wow, this is such
you
an
know?
immoral question. Why is he setting me up for this?
No, my question is she the one that to be like, no, we need to go, or she's like, here, grab his legs.
I would say whatever decision I make, she will be in
She'll
full
support it.
support of it.
That's dope. Ride or die.
Yeah.
Vero's like that too.
Yeah.
She'll be like, we gotta bury the body. What's going on? She's the one that's panicking.
Open the trunk.
She's like, hurry up. I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna put you there too. You know.
Yeah.
Stop
No.
crying, Ryan. Stop crying.
She's the most supportive. And sometimes like I feel bad because I say I don't go out without her, but I drag her out to a lot of things. And I make her feel like she has to come.
Oh, but she enjoys herself though, right?
Yeah. But she doesn't have the same like social battery as I do, because we're both introverted. Extroverted introverts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So once our social battery's depleted, it's like, yo, get me the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
I'm the same way. Yeah.
There's times where like we'll go out and I don't want to be there, and then I'm just like, babe, please. And then there's other times where we'll be hanging out, and then she'll text me. She's like, I'm in the car.
Oh my god. Yeah, such an amazing. For me, it's 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. I'm like, babe, come on. It's been an hour. 5 more minutes. I'm like,
Yeah.
5 more minutes.
I mean,
the 5 more minutes family.
There are times where we both are like, can we just stay?
Mm-hmm.
If we really are having a good time, you know. But a lot of times it's just like, should we go?
That's dope. That's a good vibe
Yeah.
when you guys have that. I feel like my wife is starting to do that now, but it's like age.
Uh-huh.
Now it's like she's getting a little older, so she's slowing down like in that sense. But
Yeah.
her mind, she has FOMO. She's like naturally FOMO. She loves people around. You know, even like even if she's like dead tired and she's like knocked out on the couch, which I think she might be, but dead tired, knocked on the couch, like she'd want us to hang out like in the living room and like still like play and stuff like that. Like I'm the one to like send everybody home.
Yeah.
But she's like, no. Like, no, I'm awake. I can hear you guys. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still hanging out. Like,
True. I'm like you, bro. I'm going upstairs.
I kick
On
people
good
out
night.
of here. Like, it's legit. It's a bad thing. I shouldn't do that.
No,
but,
it's not. You are protecting your energy.
well, yeah.
There's two sides. There's you being comfortable and not getting out of your bubble,
True.
which that could be a bad thing. And then there's also, hey, I know what I have to do tomorrow, and I know my responsibilities, and I'm fucking being the bad guy. I don't care.
Are you? Would you say you're a good husband?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so. There's definitely things that I would improve.
Well,
or I
what
can
would you say
improve
would
on.
be the worst thing that you do as a husband? I'll tell you mine too.
Worst thing I do? I'll work a lot.
Oh, that's like my wife's like, that's amazing.
I work a lot, and like sometimes I'll prioritize work over our relationship, and so that's probably the main thing. And other things are more like questions of my character. I'm a thinker versus feeler, so it's really I have really good nunchi when it comes to logical shit.
Okay.
But I have terrible nunchi when it comes to people's feelings. And things like that. So I wish I can be better at that.
Is she more of a
She's a
feeler?
over. Yeah. So that's where we clash a lot, because I'm a question asker. And for her, it's like, what the fuck? You don't trust me? You know? I'm like, no, I just need to know so I can make it make sense in my head.
Yeah.
But
Do you ever think that she might feel like you're interrogating her?
oh, for sure, 100%.
Because I get interrogated.
Yeah.
I feel like that with so it's opposite.
Oh, really?
You're like my wife is like that, and then I'm more of a. Sounds like a punk thing to say, but I'm
No,
more of a
it's
feeler.
not.
You know
It's
what I
not.
mean? Like and not to say I'm not logical, and not to say she's not in her feelings.
Yeah. But that's the dominant.
But that's the
Yeah,
dominant
yeah.
of our
Trait.
traits. So it's like, so even for you, when you're like, oh, I don't understand. So my like, how do you guys resolve that? Like, how does she get you to like understand her feeling, or do you just have to say I understand you and you don't?
A lot of times she'll get hurt, and then that would break me down. Like, oh, okay, fuck the logic. It's like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah.
And then then we can really have a conversation. It's like, I just need you to know sometimes that you don't need to understand why I feel a certain way or why I did something, but there is a good reason, and I want you to try to understand the reason instead of if it makes sense or not. You know what I mean? So that's usually where it ends up, or like, you know, we get into fights here and there where it go unresolved and then one of us pops off. But for the most part, we try to like talk as much as we can, and she values like conversations in our relationship.
Conversations.
Yeah, conversations.
Well, how long would you say that you guys take to resolve it? Like resolution for us in this house probably takes a day to a day and a half. Like
there's times where it's like instant, and we'll handle it right then. But then there's also times where it'll like stretch for a week, you know.
A week where you're just like existing with each other but not talking, or like you're just talking but only speaking of like basic stuff, like, hey, you need to pick up milk.
Yeah.
Do this. Like, but nothing more. Like,
or there'll be weeks where like every single day we'll have uncomfortable conversations, and sometimes they end up in like tears. But like I try to have as much conversation as possible. Yeah. And it's still like, to me, I feel like I can make more effort in that, but I'm definitely scratching the surface and tapping into that side. Yeah. And I'm learning a lot. Was she the first one
to kind of have you like see that side?
Oh, yeah.
Like think that like for you to be aware of that?
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm super, super stubborn and like.
Stubborn and logical is like.
Stubborn and logical. And because like I know a lot. I have a huge bank of knowledge. And it's hard to argue with me because I think I know everything, right?
But even if you do know everything, if you're right,
I'm still I'm still wrong, and that definitely took time to adjust, you know. But yeah, I have a very toxic combination of you know, personality traits.
Yeah. I mean, it's our Korean side a little bit, right?
Yeah.
For me too. My probably the biggest problem is that my tone of voice, and like I get really loud, like volume of voice, so it sounds like I'm going from like a 0 to 100, but I'm not. It's just like if you raise your voice a little bit, I get a little excited. My voice will go up. Yeah. I'm not intending to do it, but there are times where it'll just keep going higher and higher, and then it just goes, and then everything is just like coming out, just like, oh man, like the next day I know that I'm like, why did I say all that?
Yeah.
Even though at the time it was great. It was great. I felt like it was like, oh, I got her. But oh man, next thing I'm just like,
facts.
Damn it. All right, it's the most awkward. I'll come park my car home downstairs.
And then just sit in there for 30 minutes.
Like not 30, maybe like 10, 15, just like.
Yeah.
Because I don't know which version of my wife I'm going to bump into today. So I'm just kind of like. But, you know, she usually is pretty good at giving me the cold shoulder or silent treatment. So, like,
that's the scariest thing. That's the most uncomfortable thing ever. And then I get into my guilt, and then I'm just like.
Or the worst when you're like both don't have anything to do, and then they get ready, and then she's like going out. You're like, you're mad, but like, where you going? Where are you going? That is miserable like me. Like,
you know what is crazy? That's never happened. Where it's like we don't like leave, you know.
Yeah. No, I think for me it wasn't like she left because of it. Like she already
had
planned,
prior engagement.
I didn't know that, and like I'm thinking like, oh, hey, man. She's gonna be in the bedroom watching TV. I'm gonna be out here like we're gonna coexist, and you know, bang the plates a little bit loud. Washing the dishes, and you know, and then she just and she straight up just gets ready to go. Doesn't even say anything.
What time are you coming home?
Text her like, I guess I gotta eat.
Are you coming back?
Yeah. Are you coming
Are you
back?
coming back?
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, I know everybody goes through it, but how long have you guys been married for now?
6.5.
6.5. Yeah, okay. So we're about that. We're going on our 6th year. So, man, like, I would see certain friends and I think, oh man. I mean, obviously we all fight, couples, but it's like I wouldn't see it like on the surface because me and my wife, we're very like, we don't care if anyone's around. We'll talk shit to each other and like fight. And everyone's like, you guys don't fight. We're like, we're not fighting. It was mom and dad, you know. Like, and yeah, it's just how do I want to say this? It's good to know that people other people are going through the same thing. I'm going through, you know, and it's not because you know when I see you guys vibe together. You know, you know what's that the that Korean trend thing. That was hella funny, you know, watching that, and I watched that, and I'm like, oh, you guys have the same, you know, humor and same style and vibe, right? So you just think that you guys would just get along all the time, but obviously we all fight, so it's good to
put it this way: our adult sides, we beef it a lot, but our inner childs are best friends.
I would say the same with me and my wife, yeah, because when we'll roll dog together, like sneak into things. If I'm like trying to sneak into this, she's not like, no. She's like, hurry. You know, she's like, you know, she's down like that. So it's funny. And then, but yeah, that's actually the best way anyone can describe it is our adult sides are kind of clashing, fighting, but our fun kid sides, like we're I would say we're best friends. I don't think she would, but would Connie say that?
Yeah, for sure she would.
That's really nice.
I actually got that from her. She's the one that made that observation. And I think like in a way, if this person is worth, you know, sacrificing for, then we have to learn more about our inner child, so we can live in our inner child. Yeah. Within our relationship and stop.
What do you mean learn? Like you mean
like what used to make us happy? Like chase the same passions that we dreamt about as kids. Like accomplish the things, be the person that you thought you would end up being. And then maybe if both people do that, then you wouldn't have to pretend. You wouldn't have to bump heads as adults because your inner child is who you are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's maybe a clip right there, man.
Maybe.
Man,
but
how are you so wise?
It's conversation. Conversation.
You've had a lot of crazy girlfriends in the past or something. You've been through some trauma or something.
It's a slight trauma, but not a lot of girl trauma. But I think just talking to people and being open and seeing what they're going through, and then talking about what you're going through and having the conversation where, damn, we're both going through some shit. Yeah. Let's talk about our shit. Yeah. Then you're open to how much pain is out there, how many different experiences people go through, and then you kind of formulate things that work for you.
What's the biggest thing that she like gets on your back about? Is it the working thing, like working too much?
She doesn't even bother me about that. You know, that's just something that I wish I could do better. You know, she kind of leaves me alone. Like she lets me do whatever I want and trusts me that I'm gonna make the right decisions, and in return, all she asks for is love. Yeah. You know, that's what I try to do.
It through your hard work. You know, and that's how my wife sees it too. Yeah. She's like, if your wife was to say, yeah, I wish she would work so much and focus a little bit more on the relationship, like Vera would say, I wish you would work harder. Like go to work a lot more, work longer, you know, like, because I have an open, you know, job where I can leave whenever I want, pretty much. So, but you know, I'm fair. I'm not gonna like pay myself for those hours or whatever. Yeah. So it's just like she's always like, "You're home so early." I'm like, "It's 4:00."
Yeah,
like, oh, man, you know.
Yeah, it's hard for me to come home before like 9.
What time do you start though?
It all depends. Like sometimes I'll start at like 10. Sometimes I'll start at 12.
Man, but there work that hard.
But there are times that like I'll go from like 12 to like 12 noon to like 4 a.m. You know what I mean? And then weekends I like to golf. So like,
does she golf?
She wants to golf more. Like her dad My father-in-law, he was a golf teaching pro.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So does she know how to play?
She got a swing.
Okay.
She just hasn't practiced. She's never practiced. So that's another thing we're trying to bond in, going in the range, maybe playing together. Like me, when I'm golfing, like most of the guys, they're trying to get away from the wives.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, I'm like, damn, I wish Connie can play with us because it's more fun when she's there.
I only play with my wife, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I don't go as often as she does, but and I also don't have a group of golf guy friends yet to like we either all kind of suck at the same together. Everyone I know is either really good or like super beginner.
Oh,
so like, and I'm not that either one. So it's like I go with her, and it's fun. I have a blast. Like we've done like Mexico, Pelican Hill, some other places like Brea and some other places, but like it's fun. She's better than me. I know I'm a good person to take like advice, but something about it when it comes from her is just like, okay, all right, babe,
all right.
My fucking arm is just am I doing it right? Is my legs bent? Like And she's I don't think she's a good player, but I don't know if she's a good teacher or I'm not a good student. I'm not a good student, but
we'll go with the latter.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
For your sake. For your sake.
But she's probably trying to get away from you.
Oh, when she goes to golf? Yeah. Oh no, she doesn't let me go with her at all. Like I try to join in.
Dude, she's a dude.
She's such a dude. Yeah, and it's everybody who knows her knows that. You know what I mean? So but it's funny because she's not a competitive person, but whenever I do I'm getting a little bit better or I'm doing better, like I know it bothers her a little bit because I don't practice, I don't go. It's just natural,
You're an athlete.
Just like a natural, like swinging a baseball.
Yeah,
I swung a baseball many times in my life, so it's kind of like the same thing, right?
Yeah.
In a sense, like motion wise, muscle memories wise. So it's like I know I kind of already had where she kind of went in blind, had to really practice to get where her swing was. So I don't think she probably won't ever admit it, but I could see like she's like there's times where like she'll add that.
She'll add a stroke, and
she'll like take a stroke away, and like if I have a better record than her, she's like, oh yeah, me too. I'm like, okay, I can't say anything because she's better than me, so it's okay. She doesn't even listen to the podcast. Not every episode. Not every episode.
She's gonna listen to this one, I bet you. That's how life works, huh?
Golf. I don't put golf in the title, and she won't listen to it. It's not about golf. Conversations about wives and golf. Yeah, I mean, we should do a double session sometime.
Yeah. We can go to the range or something.
Oh, you want to see? Yeah. I don't want to waste your time. You're right.
No. That's why does your mind just jump to that? No, I'm not.
I'm that bad.
No, it's not that. It's if you're golfing with anybody, you want to take them to the range first.
A few moments later.
Have you seen it?
Which one?
He's driving like
The big dogs.
and it's like
In one of those circus, those what do you even call?
like
Spheres.
Yeah.
Motorcycle spheres.
there's a guy in a car and he's just rapping outside the window and there's a guy filming.
What's the song like? What's the song about? Is it the?
Like the song starts.
That song is so crazy.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there was a TikTok where they were like, they were doing something and I wanted to film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, this video.
Yeah. Because there was a TikTok where they were like, they were doing something and I was
From the video?
I was trying to do it like to match it and I just looked so stupid. I was like, they shouldn't let people who are over 40 download TikTok. Like there should be a restriction because.
Well, you can't follow the TikTok trends.
I can do it. So here's the thing. I can do the dance. I can't do the technology.
The editing,
like
the editing,
is a little,
and the recording.
It's a little. I'm a boomer.
Damn.
But we should.
That's a shame because it's usually the other way around.
I know
where they can't dance for shit. But
well, that's why I'm from the old school. Like when we didn't have that. We didn't have YouTube and stuff. We recorded it on 8mm.
Oh wow!
8mm cassette
on a tripod.
On a tripod
Golly.
or handheld, like a what is it called? The Sony Handycam.
Yeah.
Sony Handycam where it goes.
Yeah.
And it comes out on the top. And
Oh my god!
I love those things. So that's all my my discography or my dance videos are all on that.
Damn. Do you have all of them digitized?
I do. No, not digitized.
No?
I should get them digitized.
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
Yeah, that'll probably be my next thing. They'll be probably so blurry though, because some of them is online though. Some of it is on YouTube. Because like our friend digitized some of our dance stuff. So, yeah, dude. Congratulations on your 49ers. I'll let you.
That wasn't even a good win, bro. I'll take the dub, but until we're in the Super Bowl again, like
it doesn't look like it's gonna happen, guys, because CMC is out. Kittle's a piece of s. And
Kittle's the best. Kittle.
Well, why don't you say one shout out to your team, like right now?
Shout out to the Niners.
All right, guys, we got it. That's all. No,
I've been a fan since I was 5 years old.
Fan for 5 years old. All right, guys. I guess that's all the time. I mean, anything else you want to talk about? You want to? You want to take a shot?
No, definitely not. I usually lean on you for the questions.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm an answer guy.
Well, is there anything else coming out like that we can look forward to? Like
not in the close future, but in the near future. But next year is gonna be part 2, and so I'm like gathering the Avengers of fucking K-pop and K-R&B to put that second album out. And actually, like the first album is very hip hop and rappy, right? And yeah, bro, I fucking pray so. But that kind of represents my past, right? Like this is who I had to be. This is what my environment made me. Yeah. And then part 2 is gonna be kind of what I choose to be. Like what and like me, I love R&B, I love love. I love all the sappy shit. And I'm like, this is the process of me being okay feeling these things and being this person. You know what I mean? It's not who I had to be, it's who I get to be. So that's gonna be the part 2.
Same around the same time, like fall. Fall, summer.
We're aiming for like May, but it might end up being fall.
Word.
Yeah.
Shoot, if it's May, I'll try to go because it's my birthday month.
Oh.
If you can just let me hang out on the side, I'll have my double cup.
If you're there, you can come, bro. Yeah. Like, that's no problem.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dude, thanks for stopping by, man.
Hell
I really
yeah.
appreciate you coming by. We're going to have to do this again with Connie.
For sure.
And then with Vero, if she wants to sit in with us.
That'd be nice.
She'd be down to.
Yeah.
We'll do the double date golf thing. And yeah, dude. Guys, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for stopping by. The YouTubes and all the social media. So peace.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. You can find us on Conversations_pod at YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time.